Describe a time you messed up your management skills and paid a professional price. I was a social studies teacher at a charter school for 4 years. In the charter school I worked at, there were very strict expectations and deadlines. Each week, our professional lesson plans for the following week were due Thursday at 8 a.m. It was expected that we completed detailed lesson plans and linked in all our materials such as classwork, homework, and slideshows. Our department had to check completion of all these tasks every week. Our lesson plans were also due on breaks, including on the days of holidays. On Thanksgiving break last year, I had poor time management skills, and it ended up having a lot of repercussions. I knew my lesson plans were due Thursday on Thanksgiving morning, but I was burnt out from a lot of personal and professional stress at the time, and I was really aware that I was not managing my time properly. My friends and I were going away on a trip that weekend, and I prioritized prepping for my trip as opposed to completing my lesson plans. This was a conscious decision that I made because I felt that it was inappropriate to have a deadline on Thanksgiving morning, especially a deadline that is not really urgent. Even though I understand this is the culture of my school, this was now the third year that I've been working there, and I rarely have ever missed a deadline, and I set high expectations for myself and my students. So the fact that the school was constantly giving us these high expectations on holidays just really didn't feel like it was right at this point. This was at the point in my career where I was coming to the realization that my school needed to have a better understanding of work life balance and appreciate the people who showed up for them every day. So I ended up completing my lesson plans on Saturday after I returned from my trip. When my boss noticed I missed the deadline, she called me into her office immediately Monday morning. Rather than asking me what had happened or why I missed the deadline, she notified me that this was a verbal warning, and the next time I missed the deadline for a lesson plan, it would become a formal write up. After self reflecting, I realized my choices were immature and unprofessional at the time. I regret my poor decision making and intentionally lacking my time management skills, even though this was the first time I've ever done this in terms of a situation missing a deadline at my school. I realized that my personal problems and personal feelings with the school choices were not worth discrediting my professional image. Looking back now, I wish I would have made a better decision at the time.